Okay, good. Today, breathing. One of the biggest things, and this goes on the entire series, is all human beings have two switches. You can be in regeneration or stress. And this is from the automatic nervous system. And when we're looking at this, all of these different responses, everybody regulates their own blood pressure. They all have digestion, immune system, blood sugar. All of these diseases, are going to be either from the stress response or the regeneration. And we need a balance of these systems. So when you're in a chronic state of stress, you're misdiagnosed with high blood pressure. That's not an issue. High cholesterol, that's not an issue. Digestion, you're going to get one poop a day if you're lucky. All of these things, they're not even mental illness, autoimmune diseases, cancer rates. All of these things are from a stress state. And when we cover the nutrients, detox, neuroplasticity, and brain regeneration, we're going to talk about breathing. And we do a live blood cell analysis on everybody. And the red blood cells should be like electronegative magnets. They should be repelling each other all the time. If they're in stress, and there's only physical stress, chemical stress, and emotional, the red blood cells start to stack together. Now, knowing that the brain burns 90% of the body's oxygen. And if those cells are clumped together, they can't hold the oxygen. So this is why breathing exercises, like when I give you breathing exercises, it's really good for the brain. Okay, does that make sense? So there's 3 different types of breathing, and this is also if there's any artery damage, artery blockage. Okay, all of this we covered yesterday that comes from toxic in the foods, toxins in the environment that are damaging the arteries that supply the arteries. These 3 methods of breathing are going to help clean those. These 3 methods of breathing can put you in a fight or flight to make you successful in sports or business, or it can even make you successful in regeneration. We're going to first go over a couple of different types of breathing, but number 1, stress breathing. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate. In fact, you can demonstrate it great. Watch your husband. Take a deep breath in. See, he did it perfect. Okay. He breathed in like this. Tummy went in, chest went out. Why? Because girls like nice chests. Okay, the problem when you're breathing like this, I know, you're using only the top third of your lung. You're not getting good oxygen transfer because the way the body is built, the chest goes up, the tummy moves in. The way you're built, you have a diaphragm here. And when you're breathing correctly, the diaphragm comes down and goes out. But when you're in a stress state, you're not going to be breathing like, yeah, there's a tiger outside. I'm really worried. No, you're going to be going, there's a tiger outside. Okay, so that stress response is normal. The problem, if you're breathing like this, you're not getting good oxygen transfer. The cells won't get good oxygen. The brain won't get good oxygen. So we have to teach diaphragmatic breathing. Now, the cool part about having a nose, the nose, when you breathe in through the nose, air goes by these mucous membranes and creates nitric oxide. And nitric oxide not only can reverse a lot of cancer cells, but it causes the blood vessels to open. And the blood vessels can do 2 things. They can open or close. But if you're opening up those blood vessels and you have some damage, it's a muscular tube. So by opening and closing it, by changing the nutrients, you can start to reverse that plaquing. Now, breathing alone won't reverse the arterial plaquing, but breathing alone will help the cells get separated, and it will help oxygen get to the brain. So in multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's, any kind of seizure, anxiety, stress, depression, any type of brain adaptive response, we talk about breathing, because breathing is everything. So breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, huge. But now let's look at the physiology. In the gut is not just digestion, it's also brain function. So if you're breathing in through the mouth, the diaphragm comes down. A normal breath, the tummy comes out. And when you blow out, the tummy goes in and air comes up. So in normal breathing, this shouldn't move. So it should look like this. And the way to retrain yourselves, because when you're looking at this, everybody has trouble. I always tell my patients, I'm going to punch you in the stomach. Okay, but just think of this. So you're going to have somebody punch you in the stomach. If somebody punches you, you're not going to go, that felt good. You're going to go, okay, and then you breathe in, you push your tummy out. Blow out, push in. Breathe in and push out. Blow out and push in. Breathe in and push out. And you're physically going to have to do this to practice breathing. But if you have any kids in the household, and I'm talking under 5, they already breathe correctly. Because that's how human beings are. It's so cool. When you look at little babies in their crib, their tummies move up and down all the time. Now this moves lymph flow, it moves gut function, helps with gut function, helps with brain function, and also when you're breathing like that, you're helping the oxygen and carbon dioxide transfer. So it literally alkalizes the system. Now this one, the nitric oxide, vasodilates and bronchodilates. So this one, you're going to do 10 breaths like this every hour. If you're in a stressed state, like you have a business meeting coming up, or you have a test coming up, or you're anxious about something, about seeing a relative, do these deep breaths when you're on your way over there. You're going to get more oxygen in the brain, and it's going to calm you down. Now, this is breathing that's wild. This is heart math breathing. This is to increase your energy. This is what you do right before you go to bed and right when you wake up. And this is completely different. So the stress, normal diaphragmatic breathing, 10 minutes every hour. This one is for certain times, like meditation. And when you look at this, when you're breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, that's standard always. But visualize you're expanding your chest so the air is coming in through the heart. And this is also heart math breathing. So this, when you're breathing, stress breathing, diaphragmatic breathing, heart math breathing, stomach and chest expand. So you're actually giving room to the heart. But it's still in through the nose, out through the mouth. But you're visualizing that air coming in through that heart chakra. So this is an energetic breathing. And when you're breathing out, particularly since you're doing this during meditation, you're doing this in the morning, you're doing it throughout the day. If you have moments of meditation, which I recommend everybody prayer and meditate, and if you're praying, doing this type of breathing, it's incredible. You breathe out gratitude. So no matter what stresses you got in your life, okay, if you have health challenges, business challenges, family challenges, you breathe out gratitude. Just gratitude, just grateful for the opportunities that you have, grateful for whatever circumstances brought you to this place. If you're having relationship challenge, grateful for your awareness of it, gratitude. Breathing out gratitude is one of the greatest things that you could do to build your energy. So this, I would recommend this type of breathing, not while you're driving, because you can get dizzy. I was doing one meditation in heavy traffic, and I thought, wow, you can't do this when you're driving. Okay, but this is fantastic for meditation, starting the day, and preparing your mind for sleep. Because what's the first thing I ask every patient? How did you sleep? Because I don't care how you feel. Okay, sleep is when the body regenerates. So do this exercise before you sleep, and you're going to notice big differences. Do it when you wake. And when you're meditating, it's fantastic. This one, all day long. Eventually, you're going to be practicing diaphragmatic breathing all day long, because that's how your human being is. And this, now that you're aware of it, you're only going to do this when you're getting ready for sports. Any questions? When you do this, you get lazy. Yep, I know. That's the cool part. Because when you're getting more oxygen in the brain calms down. It slows down. And that's why when you look at this, we have that automatic nervous system, and your body can be in stress or regeneration, sympathetic or parasympathetic. So by your breathing, you're stimulating, resting, digesting, and repairing. Isn't that cool? Yeah. So after the adjustment, I get you breathing, okay, during the exercise. So I'm stimulating that regeneration while you're doing the exercise. It's freaking brilliant. In the football? No, when you're playing soccer, you're breathing like this. Okay? When you're on the sidelines or your coach is giving you instruction, you're breathing like this. Before the game, you're breathing like this so that you can prepare and visualize what you're going to do in the soccer field. And at the end of the game, you're breathing like this so that you can master it. You figure everything, every move. You're working your mind through what you did that day. Does that make sense? Any other questions? Kapun Krap, thank you very much.